Soldiers returning from war can come home with more than just physical wounds. Post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, leaves hundreds of thousands of soldiers suffering from chronic anxiety over events that happened overseas.
And as News 8's Jenna Traum reports tonight, new numbers indicate more soldiers are reaching out for help.
USA Today is reporting 40,000 combat veterans suffering from PTSD surged into VA hospitals this year. The VA recently hired more than 3,500 mental health professionals across the nation to meet soldiers' increasing needs. And that's a trend we're seeing in our area, too. VA hospitals across the country are stepping up their mental health staff. They're trying to keep up with a flood of soldiers suffering from the invisible scars of war. The Toma VA Medical Center is no exception.
So far, we're more than keeping up. But it's a constant challenge.
For the past several years, Dr. Dave Skripka has seen the number of veterans seeking mental health treatment from their center go up by 300 people every year. And they've increased their psychiatric staff by nearly 25% to meet the increasing demand. But why are we seeing an increase in veterans diagnosed with PTSD? Well, it's hard to pin it on just one cause.
We have no way of knowing how much this is a real increase in the incidence of this specific disorder and how much this is increased diagnosis, paying attention to the problem, and aggressively seeking out veterans who need help.
As executive director of the La Crosse Area Veterans Mentor Program and a Vietnam vet himself, Tom Downer says veterans today have different problems than when he came home from war.
The economy was at such a light that you could come back home, get back into the economy, get back, start your life up again. Now, the economy is very hard for veterans coming back right now, and that just adds to the pressure they brought back along with them from being in the combat zone.
And yet another factor could be changing attitudes towards soldiers who reach out for help, a change Dr. Skripka says may be happening slowly, but is definitely happening.
It's hard for people to come in if they're having symptoms. There's very much still a culture out there that says if you're struggling, you're weak, you're crazy. The stigma, I believe, is getting better over time, but it's slow.
According to the Department of Veterans Affairs National Center for PTSD, the disorder has 4 types of symptoms. 1 is having flashbacks of the traumatic event. 2 is avoiding situations that remind you of the event. 3 is feelings of numbness as soldiers try to avoid the memories. And 4 is feeling jittery, like you're constantly on the lookout for danger.
All right, thanks, Jenna. Now, if you or a veteran you know is in crisis or is having trouble accessing mental health care, you can call the VA's Veterans Crisis Hotline. That number is here, 1-800-273-TALK.